Hello, 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 everybody. It's Sia with C, and thanks for coming in here to chat with me. We are live. This is the Monday meetup. Okay, you might be hearing some rumbling in the background. DC is having a little bit of weather. But hello, two people. Welcome in. But yeah, we're going to be chatting it up today. This is the Monday meetup. And for those of you who are new here, for my meetups are basically, I don't do it every Monday, but we engage whenever it's time for travel. And I'll be traveling this week. So we're going to talk about updates for the channel. We're going to talk about where am I heading to next? Any questions that you might have, comments that you might want to me to entertain. So let's go. I am in a different setup. So I'm kind of like trying to get where my eyes should look. Like, I'm not sure if I should look this way. I think I should look this way because that's the camera. Anyway, we are down here in my living room / moving into kitchen area because DC has some nasty weather. So if I happen to get disconnected in between, that's because we're in weather. But I decided to move from the upstairs location for safety reasons to be down here. So I am just a little relocation so we don't have to interrupt nothing too much. All right, so we got hello 9 people. Welcome into the chat. Say hello so I know that you're here. Let me know if you can hear me okay. I did an adjustment to my mic. I decided to use an external mic instead of using my laptop mic, hopefully for better quality. Hello, 11 people. Welcome in. So yeah, like I said, I'm C with C. Thanks for chatting with me. Again, this is the Monday meetup where we talk about travel, where I am heading. Usually I don't do a meetup every Monday. I'm getting my notes together. I don't do a meetup every Monday. I just do a meetup whenever we're ready to travel. And usually I print out these notes, so forgive me for looking off to the side. But I don't know about some of y'all might believe in this. I don't know if everybody believes in this. But like that whole Mercury retrograde situation with a little prayer, I need to pray because I swear my work laptop has gotten disconnected. I usually print out my notes so I'm not looking at technology. That was disconnected. Yesterday, my home alarm randomly went off. Nobody was coming through the door. It just went off while I was in the kitchen cooking during the Sunday sip. So we're going to keep technology lifted for me and you. Let's get into the chat. Let's see. MH Family Adventures, welcome in. Happy Monday. Thanks for coming and joining us. We also have Uno Girl. Welcome, Uno Girl. Come on in, get comfortable, start chatting about stuff. Let me know your thoughts, comments, suggestions about the upcoming travel announcement. We're going to talk briefly about updates, and then we're going to get into what the announcement is for travel this week. Hey, Adrian. Adrian, I had so much fun in editing because let me get the banner off my chin. There we go. I had so much fun at editing because your very subtle comments are really funny. Thank you, MH, for the sound check. Appreciate that. Anything new with technology, just gotta double check to make sure that that's working the way as intended. Who we got? Margaret Logan says, happy new week. Yes, happy new week. Kicking off this week right. As we get into this Monday. Hi, Latoya Williams. I think that's a new name for here. Welcome in. She's saying happy Monday to everybody. And Phil and Dee's Travel Spree are here. So yes, let's get into this. So again, I know we had a couple more people. My name is Carlene. This is my channel, See It With C. Thanks for traveling me, where I do traveling, solo experiences, things that you might want to see and I want to see too. So yeah, we do a Monday meetup whenever I'm about to travel. And this week we are traveling. If you look at the movie title, if you look at the what is it called? The title in the chat or the title of the YouTube video, that usually gives a hint about what I'm about to do. But anyway, so yeah. So we're going to get into some announcements, travel, a channel recap, and answer any questions or entertain any ideas and thoughts you might have. And so let me get more into the chat. And while we're checking in on the chat, I know the summer is rounding up. I've been seeing some of y'all are heading back to school. You got kids with their new book bags, the cute little first day of school pictures. But I also know it's still some summer travel. So chime in the chat if you have any more, if your summer's coming to the end, you have any more. I guess the question is your summer coming to the end, or are you still lining up more vacations and you're going to just vacation either way through? So I'm curious to know if the group is winding down for the summer, or are you just gearing up and about to catch this, what is it called, swing season, when what is it called, the prices go down because everybody back at home. Hey, Carla. That's my Melanin at Sea. We're going to win this 2.5 Virgin Voyages cruise partner right there. So thanks for coming in. And Vicky Weston is saying hi. So yeah, let's do some channel updates right quick. We got 13 people here. Welcome all 13 of you. And the more that come, the people who are watching in the replay, hit hashtag team replay in the comments if you are hashtag team replay whenever this plays out. I want to see who chimes in later. So let's see, the last time that I saw you all was July 10th, and that was before the Melanin at Sea 1.5 group cruise. And we had just hit 1K, woohoo! Actually, we were like 1,050 new subs. And then since then, it's been 200 more of you to join this community. So if you've joined or subscribed since July 10th, put your favorite emoji in the chat. Put your favorite emoji in the chat if you joined between July 10th and now. And if you can't remember, just, do it anyway. Because I just want to see like how many folks. This was 199 when I checked earlier. So almost 200 people have joined this community. And I am so happy to have you all here. So let's see. Who else you got? Whoa, hold on. Hold on. Okay, let's see. So Carla is saying hello. Carla speaking of Phil and D travel spree. Okay, Phil and D are saying they are winding down already in week 2 of football and in 2 days. And y'all are in like 100-degree weather in Texas. So God bless y'all, the coaches and the children, and protect the babies because it's intense out there. So yeah, y'all winding down. I feel like I'm gearing up actually because I used to work in a school. I don't work in a school no more. So I have a little more flexibility for when I can. And this is the time of year you get some good deals. But I remember those days when I only could travel during spring break, holiday break, and I was paying top dollar. So I think I'm making up for it in this side of life. Carla is saying cheese. Yes, Carla, we went in that cruise, girl. And waving. Okay, y'all, this is a moment. This is a whole moment because somebody pulled out the air horns or something. So y'all know I hit 1K. This is my first super chat and from Miss Vicky. And I had the pleasure of meeting Miss Vicky on 1.5 Melanin at Sea. So thank you so much, Miss Vicky. Very sweet. I'm happy I didn't give you directions to the wrong location for the train. Oh, so I'm gonna have Miss Vicky, you will have a sacred place in this channel. I may have to figure out something creative to recognize you because you are the first super chat that I've ever received for the channel. Woo, excited. And folks are saying congratulations on the growth. Yes, consistency and patience. So back to my notes. So yeah, the last time I saw y'all, we were getting ready for 1.5 where I got to meet Miss Vicky and some other friends. I got to meet Miss Carla in person. And what else happened? We also released a few videos. So I released about 5 videos. I gave y'all the Melanin at Sea live, where y'all got to see the whole behind the scenes, what it looked like for the first meetup. Excuse me. I need to stop burping but it's one of my friends gave me this lovely glass. Not a day over fabulous. Hello. Okay. So, so I gave y'all a few videos. We had Melanin at Sea, the meet and greet. I went live. If anybody's interested in like a full review of the Venezia, of how I was feeling that day, there's a live that covers Venezia when we pulled in port in Bermuda. And I've been giving you a lot of short video for MSC. And it's funny because I'm editing and I realized that in my editing, I must have had a really good time on MSC because I didn't pull out the camera a lot. So y'all are getting like 3-minute, 4-minute videos. The next video that I have keyed up, it looks like it might be like between 10 and 12 minutes or so. Because I enjoyed myself. I met some good solo travelers. So I was editing. I was like, oh yeah, I got a video on this. I got a video on that. And then when I went to go like cut the video, I was like, I had a lot of fun, which is what vacation should be. Okay, we talking about I'm sorry. Hi, Jaretha Parker says happy Monday. Jaretha, I love that cut in the outfit. Come on, thumbnail. Yes. Margaret Logan says hot. 106 in Phoenix. Who can beat 106? Anybody in the chat is hotter? It might be between you and Phil and D in Texas, but 106 in Phoenix today. DC has been acting like spring. And actually, like personal note, I have a leak I discovered last night in my roof because it's rained so much, which it hadn't rained during the spring. And now it wants to rain in the summer. And we're under some like freak weather thing. So yeah, they're like, I mean, apparently there's conditions to be derecho. We're under tornado watch. Luckily, at the moment, it doesn't look as bad. It sounded worse in the weather report than it is at the moment outside. I feel safe. If it gets too crazy, I might end the live early, but I think I'm okay right now. And I also located myself to the bottom side of my house. But yeah, it's been, DC's weather has been the coolest summer I've experienced in a really long time. But we were pushing like almost 90 weird in the springtime. Anyway, weather alert. You know, they said if you can't talk about nothing, talk about weather, child. Carla Jackson. Hi, Miss Carla. Thanks for coming in. Yes, Miss Vicky, you will have a special space and See It With C channel for being my first, what is this called? Super chat. And I got to figure out how to claim it because, see, I'm so new, I don't even know how to, like, take the people's money. So thank you. And we got to figure out how to transfer the funds for the next trip, which I will be announcing very, very soon after I give you all some updates. And the title of this live is Miss See You in Danger, Girl. So if anybody want to, you know, this might be an interesting one to shot. Phil says he did not beat Margaret Logan's record of 106. So Margaret Logan, we owe you a bottle of water because you are currently the person in the chat with the highest temps. But 104 ain't bad. Jaretha Parker says it's hot in Houston. Jaretha, I am overdue for a visit to Houston. I've been like, Houston's been in my spirit. I have a friend who moved to Houston. Houston also, like, I had, like, when I say I like to travel, I drove from Hampton to Houston one spring break because I could not afford a spring break for college. And I was impressed by like the southern hospitality of Houston. So maybe one day I'll get back soon. It is hot with 2 T's. And Miss Harla says it's 79 here in Staten Island. So y'all got some good, pleasant weather. So yeah, a bunch of videos on MSC. I think I covered melanin at sea a lot. If you want me to expand upon any of the experiences, whether it be melanin at sea or MSC, I did want to touch on one thing that when I was going through the video and I was like, I didn't talk about that well enough, nor captured it well enough. And that was the Blue Lagoon private island. I want to give a little more details. I really like, okay, so 2 parts. One part is how does MSC handle excursions? And the other part is that how does Blue Lagoon private island, or not Blue Lagoon's adult only section? It's private island. I don't know. The adults only section. So that was the last video that came out. It was like 4 minutes long. So MSC's excursion, they need to like work on the excursion process. I do appreciate like Carnival, when you're excursions, you're like the first person off the ship. MSC, I was like, I don't think we got off, like we didn't leave until like push away from the dock to go to the private island, to not their private island, but to the Blue Lagoon island until about 1:30. And so like, and we got back on like at 5. So like it cut the day in half because of some of their processes. So they got to work and refine like, you know, their whole process for getting people off the ship for their excursions. I did like how they have you seated in the, like when you go into the auditorium, they said, okay, you go sit in group number 8 or sit in section number 6 or sit in section number 5. That was helpful. But the process of actually exiting the ship was chaos. And I feel like it cut a lot into the time for actually enjoy the excursion. But once at the Blue Lagoon, it was cool. The only thing I would say, if you do the regular side, you don't get a reserved chair. So you want to get there early, be on like Carnival or something, so you can get that chair early before other people come out. But if you're at a later arrival, you want to get probably the private, the adults only excursion, so that you can get your designated seating. The only thing about the designated seating is the adults only side is on the back end of the island, and there's no like shuttle. You're walking for a bit. So be prepared, put your walking shoes on. And I also say you need to advocate because there's a lagoon side to the adults only area that you saw a video of, but they initially tried to seat us on like this rocky beach side that it was like, it wasn't swimmable. It was seaweed. It was gross. And I was like, can we just sit over here where it was the same service, et cetera. We just had better like water. So they will accommodate you there. But once you're seated, there's a waiter or waitress that comes and you don't have to move. They bring you food, they bring you drinks, so you're good. All right, Miss Vicky is saying it's really dark in Waldorf. Waldorf is a suburb of DC. Looks like a storm is about to hit. Yeah, I'm watching. It's like gray. It looks like a regular storm in DC. I get worried when the clouds turn that really scary purple. No big thunder booms. It's supposed to be a wind incident. Everything's kind of cool now. Keeping an eye on it. But stay safe, Miss Vicky. Phil and D's Travel says, come on, see Houston, we'll hang out. I'm overdue for a good Houston trip. And then I was talking to Dee Dee from brown party of 5. And I've learned that I did New Orleans. I need a redo of New Orleans because I apparently did not do any local really experiences of New Orleans. I did all the commercial touristy stuff. So Dee Dee says she owes me. If I ever get to New Orleans, she's gonna take me around for that. Or if you all get down to New Orleans and you all have a relationship with Brown's Party 5, hit them up. All right, Adrian. It's 106.1 in Chicago. Okay, I'm lying. Okay. So Margaret Logan still holds for the hottest temperatures in the chat. Miss Carla says, "Oh, I know. Yep, we went in that one." Saying hey to AC. Hey Keisha, that's my dance buddy slash dinner buddy on 1.5. And anytime we're on Melanin at Sea, and folks are speaking. So yeah, let me get back to these notes real quick. So yeah, I wanted to touch on that for the Blue Lagoon. Because I was like, this is a video that I wanted to capture all the components. I wanted to capture while we were walking and all this stuff, but it was so chaotic, like trying to get off the boat with MSC and then the whole process of walking to the back of where the Blue Lagoon, where we were supposed to sit. It just was so chaotic that I just was like, I don't think I did not record it, but I wanted to tell you all some tips about like what that was like. But if I would go back, I would go back. And I think it's a good one. Like if you ever have a private group or something like that, take them to Blue Lagoon. Book it through the cruise line though, to make sure you get back on the ship in time, because it is about a 30-minute, what is the thing called? Ferry ride over. Folks are speaking to the Logans, and MH says, and I hate that they don't let you select your excursion time. She's MH Family Adventures is talking about the MSC booking process, and she says, I hate that they don't let you select your excursion time. Yeah, it was weird. It was very weird. And so, and to add to that, because again, they don't have their excursion set up where it's like either the excursions are the first people off the ship, or have a separate entrance and exit for people to get off the ship. You were basically stuck. Like it was just a backlog. So I will say MSC needs to revamp that process, because I felt like I ended up losing time to really sit and enjoy the excursion, because they just had everything kind of like backlogged. So I mean, those are the kind of small things I was saying, like, will it make and break your cruise? No, if you're an experienced cruiser. But if you're just, like, there were people on that ship, it was their first cruise, because MSC was doing it has been doing a lot of deals. If anybody's interested in the Meraviglia out of New York, there's a lot of deals on MSC, and it was cheap, especially when they were doing a promo period. So there were people who were like, this is my first cruise. And I was like, dang, I don't think if it was my first cruise, I don't know if I would have, but because I'm a more experienced cruiser, I was kind of like, oh, that's that just comes with the territory. That's not great. But there were a lot of first-time cruisers on the Meraviglia who were just like, I don't know why I did this, because of some of those hiccups related to like customer service, related to food, just different things that, if you don't have a certain expectation already set. Now, I do believe that MSC is working towards those enhancements, but that's what we got for now. Damien and Quanda are in the house. Hey, Damien and Quanda Experience. I was just watching some of y'all's European adventures probably a week or two ago, not recently. So it's been good to see y'all uploading more videos. If you're interested in Euro cruising, hit up Damien and Quanda's channel. Let's get in the chat. So I'm gonna go through these comments, and then I'm gonna do my trip announcement. Hello, 24 people. Welcome in. Hit that thumbs up button for me. If you are in the chat and you are, I can't tell who my moderators are here, but I can on StreamYard, I can't figure out. But if you have a vlog for MSC, like if you've covered MSC content, throw your channel link, something. Moderators help out. Put that coverage in the chat so people can watch just different perspectives on MSC. We're not going to all have the same videos or perspectives. I know Phil and D did, I think, a 3-day on the Meraviglia. I know MH just came off of MSC. I know she did at least a live, but yeah, if you have any content related to MSC, throw that in the chat. Where moderators help out the people. All right. Oh, I'm sorry. Here we go. Parks and Ghost says, sorry for the tardy. Hope is excused. I'm not taking attendance today, but that might be my thing. I'll take attendance. But we were doing a roll call. But you're just in time for the trip announcements, Parkers on the Go. So I'm going to hit these, and then we're going to get into what the trip announcement is. 26 people. So let's see. Let's roll call real quick. Boom. Carla Jackson is speaking to the Parkers. MH is welcome to Parkers for coming in. And Parkers is speaking to MH. Oh, we got a question. Oh, I'm sorry. Hi, Mel on the move. Thanks for coming in. Okay, we got a question. She loves the question. What can I look forward to on MSC? Thanks for that question, Ace. You know what? I think you will look forward to. So Ace, haven't met Ace on a couple of Melanin at Sea, and I don't think Ace is very quiet. So I'm gonna have to guesstimate, and I might be reading you wrong. But I think Ace, you will enjoy the like variety of like lobby and sitting areas, especially with a group like MSC, Melanin at Sea, where we often find ourselves in like nooks and crannies. Are you going on 2.0? Is that where you? I'm guessing you're mentioning thinking about that one because I want to say like that particular ship, the Seascape, from what I could tell, has a lot of like lounge areas, has a lot of like little nooks and crannies where like a group like Melanin at Sea will end up, you'll see somebody sitting, 3 people sitting in a chair. And next thing you know, it's like 10 people sitting in a chair talking and, conversing with one another. I will say, so I think if I'm reading you semi-correctly, maybe the lounge/bar scene will be what you could look forward to. Because I'm trying to think, have I seen you at a party, Ace? Okay, I'm gonna stop there before I like get down to too far in the rabbit hole. But yeah, I think the lounges and the bar areas will have your attention. I will say too, I enjoyed the entertainment on MSC. Like the what is it? The trivia was good. If you like trivia, they had really good trivia every night. Very inclusive of the clues were very inclusive of people and places. So that was dope. And I like I'm not sure if the Seascape is going to do this, but MSC, or at least Mirabilia, their nightclub is not the usual, like, here's a box with the door with the security standing there. The Mirabilia, at least, I'm not sure if the Seascape is like this, their party, after their nightclub was on the back of the ship outside. So you're getting a breeze. You're not all breathing on people. You can either be on the dance floor, or you can be up watching and talking to people. So that's what I think I liked. And I would say if you're doing specialty dining, I did not like all the specialty dining options, but I did like Ola Tacos. I did like the hibachi. I did not have a great dining experience at Butcher's Cut or Ocean Key restaurant, at least with the menu that was offered. Okay, so hashtag Mirabilia content. Okay, so Phil is saying if you have Mirabilia content, I guess I'm reading Phil's mind and Dee's mind. If you have Mirabilia content, or if you have MSC content, or if you put hashtag MSC, hashtag Mirabilia, I see people dropping links, boom, 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 in the chat. Do that so that we all can just see different perspectives. Because again, my perspective might be very different from your perspective. I offer like a solo traveler, very inquisitive perspective. I don't offer, and I'm about 39-year-old, so I don't offer the family perspective, where some people who are in the chat have the family perspective, have maybe a younger perspective, an older perspective. So get all the perspectives and then kind of go from there, and then get your own perspective. I think that's really the key for traveling. Be aware, be informed, but get your own perspective. Okay, off my soapbox. Okay, so our trip announcement, people are dropping their links. MH says, yes, I have MSC Mirabilia and MSC Divina content, and she'll have Grandiosa coming out in a few weeks. MH, I will say, I am not shocked when you said MSC is different in Europe. I was like, I was on your live and you were having lunch, I think, with your sisters, and you were like, the rudeness in Europe is a lot. And I was like, yeah. I can see how cruising MSC in the States versus cruising MSC in Europe. I was like, she's tapping onto something there. But again, I ain't gonna get down there. We got some links, etc. MH says, I have a ship tour available of the MSC Scapes. Okay, cool. Drop that. Is that drop the link to that, MH, because Melanin Sea will be on the Seascape so folks can see it. All right, I'm gonna what you got here? Okay. I'll do this one and then we'll do now since I'm losing people. Okay, so Edward Strand says, question, on your trip to New York to take your cruise, why did the taxi drop you off a block before the ship? Same situation for my daughter. They had to run to the ship. Thank you for that question. And great for the MSC Meraviglia. I think what happens is I took an Uber to so well, let's go back a little bit. Story time. So first I got off from the Amtrak, and what happened was the taxi would not take me, which if you are traveling in the United States, it is illegal for a taxi driver to say they won't take you somewhere. And especially if you are in that taxi, they need to take you. But I'm also kind of, because I'm solo, again, like I mentioned, you have to be mindful. So it's like, do I want to be out here screaming like a crazy person by myself? No. So I was like, okay, cool. So I ended up, I'm sorry, I did not take an Uber. I did take a taxi. But I said Uber. I took a taxi because then he started using Waze. So he was the one taxi driver who decided he was okay with taking me to Brooklyn. When I was leaving from the Venezia from Maryland, I was talking to another taxi driver about my experience. And that taxi driver was saying, yeah, sometimes drivers don't want to take you to the Brooklyn cruise terminal or take you to Brooklyn because it's hard for them to get back. It's hard for them to get a fare. I'm not sure if that's actually true or what, but he was giving me the taxi cab perspective. So he was like, yeah, some people won't do it because they get out there and they get stuck. So anyway, this guy was using Waze. And I used the address that was on the MSC website, but it literally took me to a warehouse. So so that's like, again, situational awareness. Like I had seen where other cars were unloading. So I was able to tell him like, oh, if you go around the corner, I can follow those people. So again, like when you're riding with folks, just keep your eyes up. Like I know sometimes we like to get on our phone, we're entertaining ourselves on Instagram and all this other stuff, trying to kill time to beat the ride, but you need to have your eyes open and see what's going on, what's passing you, what's around you, and what are landmark. I mean, don't want to be dramatic, but like what are landmarkers should something happen and you're like, okay, well, the last thing I saw was my phone and my knees because I'm looking down. No, you want to be able to say like, oh, I'm stuck by a red building. It looks like this around me so people can find, okay, off my soapbox. So I wanted to put out there like, watch. So anyway, I ended up paying attention. That's how I saw to tell him to go around the corner. And luckily it was light outside, but yeah, it's where Waze takes you and it's going to miss where the lineup. Now I'm happy he actually dropped me off behind it because he would have been even more mad if we had ended up in the line to wait. If he had ended up in the line to wait, my fare would have been more, and he probably would have lost patience with me. So I'm glad he dropped me off in the back. My luggage wasn't too heavy, but I don't know. I think they need to find either better directions or something. But I used the website that the MSC provided. I used the address the MSC provided, but for some reason that address takes you to an abandoned building. And in the Facebook group I was seeing, it was about 2 or 3 other people said they had the same experience as me. The driver was using the address and it took them to an abandoned building. So keep your eyes open for situational awareness because basically you'll see other cars and just tell them to like follow the other cars or stop where the other cars are. So I'm sorry that happened to your daughter. Happy they made it to the ship. Okay, 27 people. Let's get into the good part. So the announcement. Where are we going? So again, my name is Tia with C. Hello, 27 people. When we do the Monday meetup, I do not meet up. I don't do lives every month. I don't do lives every week. I just go live a few days or within the week of when I am about to take a trip. And this week I am traveling. And this week I am getting on Margaritaville at Sea. Crickets? Thoughts? Yes, I am getting on Margaritaville at Sea. And how did we get here? So So I have my friends who have a wonderful baby. Recently had a baby, and MH is dropping her link to MSC Scape there. If you want to take the tour, those are getting a Melon at Sea 2.0. Check it out to see what your spot might be on the ship. So back to the story. So I'm going to go visit my friends in Tallahassee, and because they have a baby, they just had a baby, a newborn, and being a friend, going to go see them. So I started pricing tickets. to Tallahassee. And Tallahassee is one of those quick flights. It's like an hour 15 minutes from DC. But it's like you don't want to do a stop, which makes it a 4-hour trip. But then the the nonstop fare was $455 for an hour-long flight. And I was like, what we're not about to do, I love my friends, is pay $455 for me to go down. And it literally was going to be like, I was gonna get there and the way that the flights work in DC, it's literally a congressional flight. Like it's a flight that a lot of like federal government, congressional staffers, people who are elected take to get back and forth between capitals. So they get an early morning flight at like 5 o'clock in the morning from Tallahassee to DC, and then the flight doesn't leave DC until like almost 9 o'clock at night, and you land in Tallahassee almost like 11 o'clock. So I would have missed a day, but I would have paid $455 for like 3 days. So I got there Thursday late, Monday, I've been out at 5 o'clock in the morning. So I'm like, $455, y'all. In my head, for context, like I've been in South Africa for $600. I went to Cancun for like $300. Like I'm not paying $455 to go to Tallahassee. So I said, well, how can I make this trip worth it? Because I want to still see my friends. I want to make sure, like, I get to see the baby, all that good stuff. Pause for the cause. So I decided to look up, like, what are the different, not ports, what are the different airports? Those are ports. What are the different airports in, Florida that I could stop at? So I was kind of like, okay, Orlando, I could do. But then I was like, how can I make this a trip? So I was like, well, what cruise can I go on? But at that point, I think I was like finishing up paying for 1.5 million, see 1.5. I don't know, but I was like, So I just looked at Margaritaville. West Palm Beach had a really cheap, like a $300, not even $300 ticket from DC to West Palm Beach, nonstop. It's because I'm solo, it was like $250 for a few days cruise. So I'm going down there, cruise, then I'll take a road trip up the coast to go see my friends, meet their new baby, and then break it up. I know now it is a hike between West Palm Beach and Tallahassee, so it's going to be a little bit of a road trip. And I'm hoping on the way back, I'm thinking about stopping and making, I think I'll stop in Orlando to break it up. And then the next day, I'll just have like a couple hours to get back down to Palm Beach. So we are going on Margaritaville at sea. Let me get back in the chat, and then I'll talk more about Margaritaville at sea and kind of the first time I ever saw that ship. So yeah, thanks for that question, Edward. I'm sorry, Edward. I'm sorry. During our cruise, it rained each port. I didn't mind. We just took it more advantage to explore the ship. And I would say MSC has a lot of like nooks and, or at least the Meraviglia. I have to remember, like, each ship has its own personality. The Meraviglia had like an indoor pool that they can cover the awning. They cover and it becomes like it's like a jungle pool. It has a lot of lounges. It has a lot of bars. Great, again, what is it called? Well, you have karaoke, but then you also have trivia. There's stuff going on throughout the day. But I'm sorry you got rained out, because I would love to hear your perspective on Ocean Key. And what ports were you supposed to be going to, Edward? I'm curious to know. Hello, 32 people. Hit that thumbs up button. Welcome in. Carla G says, that happened when I used the address for the Venezia. I used a physical address instead of Pier 88. And yeah, I for the Manhattan Cruise Terminal, I never had any issues getting there. So I sailed the Prima out of Manhattan Cruise Terminal, and I sailed the Venezia. Is it just two so far? Yeah, okay. 2 cruises out of Manhattan Cruise Terminal. And no problem getting to because it's like literally $20 quick trip from the train station. And the only thing about Manhattan Cruise Terminal, I believe, is if you get there later in the day, the cabbies don't want to get caught up in the traffic unloading. So they might drop you off across the street, and then you can't cross over the street at all, like every point. Like you have to find the right entrance to get there. But I never had any issue with Manhattan Cruise Terminal. It was just the Brooklyn. Even when I sailed on Oasis out of, but you know what? I went to Newark. I went to Newark train station. But yeah, when I went to Oasis of the Seas out of Bayonne, I caught the train into Newark. No issues. Twice into Manhattan, no issues. Brooklyn, don't nobody want to go there. So not nobody like us, but like apparently the cabbies aren't excited about going to Brooklyn cruise. So I would say just add some extra time to get yourself to Brooklyn Cruise Terminal. Technically, nobody can they're not supposed to deny you, but I was told that some cab drivers don't want to go there. The Parks and Ghosts suspense is killing me. So yes, Margaritaville is going to be the Margaritaville Paradise. It's going to be the trip. So let's see what details about that. So funny thing, the first time I saw the Paradise, Damien Kwan's like, oh my God, listen, send prayers, send thoughts and prayers, because it's gonna be something, friends. We're gonna see. So the first time I ever saw I saw the original Paradise before it was renovated by Jimmy Buffett and friends. And I had a $25 cruise on Carnival, and we were in port with this ship. And to fast forward even more, I had a boyfriend in college who had took a long road trip down to wherever port he actually sailed that ship before. So I saw it in person. I was just like, that's what you got on? But dudes don't care what they sell on. So then fast forward to after I saw it for the first time, it was like, oh, Jimmy Buffett is going to take over this cruise ship. And I was like, well, good, because I think Jimmy Buffett has decent resorts, nice restaurants. And it just didn't seem like they gave the ship a lot of TLC that it needed. So yeah, I got but then they did the revamp, I think in May, after Travel Spree went viral on TikTok. So I'll get to see the revamped ship. I did watch Edna's World and V's commentary about the ship. It'll be an interesting experience. It was it was like $257 for a solo, I think with taxes and stuff. I have an ocean view. What else? And then I did upgrade for the express embarkation and de-embarkation because I'm taking a road trip up to Tallahassee. I want to be able to get off the ship as soon as possible. So I decided to just go ahead and upgrade to the express pass. So my plan is to go live, hit your notification bells on my website later in the week with the sail away, first thoughts, first impressions. So hit the notification bell so you can be the first to see that goodness. Phil ND, I am shocking, I guess. Phil ND says, no way. Yes way. And look, I'm a big person where for the most part, I'm not crazy, but for the most part, I'll do most things once. And I feel like the cruise is a pretty safe thing to try once. Parker says, oh wow, y'all sound like it's my funeral. I was explaining to one of my friends yesterday at brunch, and she was like, oh my God, please let us know how this goes. So yeah, that will be my next series of videos after I push out this next MSC vlog. Damien Quanda says, well. Oh, I love it. Carla says, what? So is there anything y'all want me to see or experience on the Margaritaville at Sea? I don't think it'll be the worst. What can go wrong? Crickets. Parkers on the Go says, that wasn't on the bingo card. No. No, it wasn't. But I was just trying to figure out, I can't go to Florida and pay that much money for a flight to Tallahassee for 2 days. So I was like, okay, how can I expand this trip and get a new experience in? So I looked at a couple other things, and it wasn't in the fiscal stars. So I looked at Margaritaville, and then I looked at the prices out of DC to go straight to West Palm Beach. It was kind of cheap. So, but apparently that West Palm Beach route must be new, because one of my homegirls was like, are you flying private? And I'm like, girl, I don't have private money. But yet, you got to name it and claim it. MH says, ha ha ha, nice. I actually almost booked it for this month too. Can't wait to see your perspective. Yeah, I'm interested because I think I'm pretty fair. I don't know. We're gonna see, friends. We're gonna see. I've done a lot of different travel experiences. I've done a hostel in Bangkok. It can't be worse than that hostel in Bangkok, I think. So a little upgrade on the seas. We'll see. Oh, Miss Vicky. Miss Vicky, you want your $20 back? You didn't know that super chat was about to go towards see, now you see the title of the title of the vlog is, or this live is, Miss C, you're in danger, girl. And yeah. Oh, y'all. Miss Lady D is saying, oh no. So what is it that y'all heard so bad about Margaritaville? Like, see that y'all like, no, don't do it. Reconsider. MH is too funny. So many mixed reviews on Margaritaville, and I think that's what actually piques my curiosity. I think a lot of times in these YouTube streets, like the negative reviews, get a lot of hits, get a lot of attention, and I'm like, what if we just have just regular schmegular folks looking at some of these things, reviewing some of these things, and getting a perspective. So hopefully I think so. I met quite a few of you in person. So I think you know like what I bring to the table in regards to what I like to have fun, what I like to experience, conversation type, that kind of thing. So you will at least get this perspective. Oh, child. Kelly Hunter says, I can't wait for the vlog. Girl, me neither. Just pray. So I will say I did do. At first I was like, I'm going to just experience it the regular way, because I was like, well, I don't want to do the I was going to do the, what is it, express embarkation, debarkation. Like I was like, let me just experience what this is like a person, because I'm on that timeline. If I have to get up to Tallahassee, I'm like, I need to be able to get on and off the ship quickly, and I can't be on the well, the on is more like I have other things going on, so I need to be like seated and in place. I can't be waiting in nobody's terminal. So Carla G says, you could do a part 2 to Travel Spree's Margaritaville short. I don't know. I think Travel Spree does great in those social media streets. The shorts are hard for me. Every now and then I'm inspired, but I mean, they knocked it out the park with that one, the little flapping piece of thing with the now, no, I probably can't say that out loud, but can you imagine like if they had released that during the ocean situation? That would have, like, if they got that many hits in it without with that everybody was using the Titanic theme song that week. So hi Shawana, Creative Circle, welcome back, boo. People are talking. MH family is saying it is. I heard another short with a recorder instead of a kazoo. Listen, and then it was funny because Travel Spree, I mean, I guess, I'm not sure if Margaritaville, if they triggered it or not, but that's when, after they released that, Margaritaville went on that 2-week hiatus. Now, actually, I mean, I think they might have needed like probably a little more than 2 weeks of hiatus to get the ship together. Because even when V and Edna went, their wallpaper was coming off the wall. So, but they said they had a decent time. So we'll see. But yeah, I just wanted to experience. I want to see it. I mean, I think like Jimmy Buffett has a following. So I'm kind of like, why is this not matching what the rest of the brand is? Like if you're at Nassau Cruise Port, I went to did a day pass to the Margaritaville in Nassau. Very nice, wonderful amenities. I don't know if like if this is like a tee up for like a bigger venture with sailing and with ships, or what, but it was kind of like the Paradise should have been scrapped eons ago. So they came in to do a save, but it still feels like, watching some of the commentary, feels like it should be scrapped. But if you are, I mean, they're giving away for free for military folks. I think there's an educator discount. I just saw today there's a discount for like college students. Now maybe that could be a something marketable where, you know, the young folks who only can afford certain amenities. So yeah, Lakeisha says, take one for the team. Margaritaville and C better do right. Listen, because I will write a letter. Keisha says, put it in a blog. Jerika Parker says, can't wait to see your content. Good luck. Oh, y'all. And Carla G says, crickets. Yeah, so tune in later in the week. I'll probably go live. And then, yeah, and it probably, once I get home and get situated, I will be dropping the content for Margaritaville at sea. See It With C at C with Margaritaville. I don't know. That can't. I'm working on the title. It's not working, so I'm gonna let it go. Vicky Weston says you can always go back to Dick and Willie's for a couple of drinks. Well, Vicky, what I also learned from Travel Spree, yes, I think from Travel Spree, is if Carnival or Royal aren't in port when we get there, that whole little circle where Dick and Willie's and the other little shops are doesn't open up. So we'll see. But yes, Dick and Willie's was a vibe, and it was a really good recommendation. So thank you for if you're at Freeport, go to Dick and Willie's. Great drinks, fun staff, and they share a kitchen with where do they share a kitchen? Oh Lord, they share a kitchen with what's the other bar? I'm drawing a blank. They share a kitchen with one of the bigger name bars. So the food is good. Kristen says, "Oh my God, I just got to the trip announce." Send thoughts and prayers, friends. Send thoughts and prayers. So yeah. So that's the trip announcement. We'll be basically heading to Margaritaville at sea. So we'll see how that goes. So yeah, that's the announcement. Coming up, channel updates, things that will be happening. I'm gonna finish up the Mirabilia vlog. I'm not sure if I want to drop that without going premiere. I haven't did a good premiere in a long time. So I might figure out how I can do a premiere and be gone, or I might just drop that last MSC video, which will be longer than the other ones. It'll cover my time at the hibachi spot, which I do recommend their hibachi. That was good. And how to get off the ship, which I hope is helpful to you all. And then after that, I have one random video that I have not been able to like figure out where to plug it in. I just need to like get it out of my phone though. So that'll be dropping. It was a vlog with me and my mom. And then you all will get Margaritaville at sea. So let's see, your favorite couple. I feel like I only saw y'all for a second on the 1.5 group cruise. So welcome to the chat. Thank you. I will try to enjoy my next adventure. The good news is it's not super long. So yeah, it's enough to get in, get out, and get it over with. MH says, see you later. Need to finish dinner. Look forward to seeing the vlogs. They're coming. G is saying, what's up? Hey, G, welcome in. Yes, Senor Frog. So Dick and Willie's shares a kitchen with Senor Frog. So you get the wonderful drinks and hospitality at Dick and Willie's, who also has free Wi-Fi, but they share a kitchen with Senor Frog, so you get all that good food. Carla is saying, as long as you make it back at the end of the month. Listen, if I go missing, it ain't on no old homegirl randomness that was going on the couple weeks ago. But I'm planning on being back at the end of the month, and which is a good transition because our next meetup, I'm sorry, that was a thunder. Our next meetup will be August 28th, same time, same back channel, same place at 6 p.m. To talk about what's happening at the end of the month. Folks are speaking to YFC, and they are talking about the saying hello. So yes, this is my channel, See It With C. Thanks for chatting with me. This is a Monday meetup where I do my trip announcements and travel updates. So if you ever see me go live for the Monday meetup, that means we're going to talk about what the next adventure is going to be. And I'm looking forward to you coming along with me. We'll be meeting up again on August 28th at 6 p.m. So hit that notification bell. There should already be a link to that live available. So yeah, I'll see y'all same time, same place. Thanks for hanging in there with me, 24. I think this is our biggest chat ever. Bye, y'all. Stay safe if you're out here in these storms. Good night.